Hello everybody, welcome to One Hub Racing here for Season 14's pre-season race for the Precision Tier. We're going to be racing around Belgium in Spa tonight. And I'm your commentator Owen Wyatt. I'm here full time, but covering for I think Sean, who's had PlayStation issues. I've got Big Man Odems. Welcome.
Hello, you are all so welcome that I'm here.
So, we're going to be trying to get some people into the party to do a bit of a grid walk. We've only got 5 minutes for this, but hopefully we've got enough people. Haven't a clue who we're going to choose, but I guess you might as well start inviting some people over, so just hope we'll get some people to join. And we'll see how that all works. And hopefully we'll get some people in. Probably the sign of his fire alarm going as his house burns down in a terrible fashion.
It literally is, by the way.
It will be. Great start, but while he deals with all that, righty. As he deals with all that, this is our pre-season race for Precision Tier, and we've got higher stakes this season. We are going to be partnered again with Next Level Racing, and they are going to be giving away one of their sort of rigs or whatever to a driver who wins the championship in each and every tier, I believe. And so we're all very much looking forward to seeing how that all works throughout the season. So thanks to them for helping sponsor us and deliver prizes. But I believe we have now got White Fountain here, and well, you're the only one here, so might as well start with you. You looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, it's still pre-season, so pressure is off, but I'm quite looking forward to see how quick everyone is, and well, to kick off the new season at One Up.
Well, obviously, I guess this is your first chance, of course, with a full field to see where you are. Do you think you'll be a title challenger this season?
I'm putting myself under pressure because I really do want to win a title, and I think I do have a shot. But I believe Precision Tier is going to be really close. We have some really quick drivers with Luki, with Sophie, with Scorpion, with Dino, so it's going to be real close.
So obviously we're racing around Spa then tonight. What's your thoughts on the track? Do you enjoy it? Do you feel you'll be fast around here?
I love the track and the track layout, but it is not my fastest track. It's my home Grand Prix, so that's why I like it. But I do believe I have other tracks where I'm faster at.
And obviously Spa likes to, throw up a bit of a different style of weather. Do you prefer wet or dry around here? Because it could very much change.
I do prefer the wet weather everywhere, because I feel like I have an advantage in the wet weather. I don't know how, but it seems I'm quicker in wet than in dry conditions. So if I can choose, I choose for wet weather instead of dry.
Alright.
I have a question.
Oh, good. He's back.
So, last season, yeah, my house is burned down, unfortunately, but we'll move on. Last season, you were teamed up with Scorpion, and I think it's safe to say that you sort of carry the Red Bull team in the Precision Tier. You know what I mean? So, are you hoping that he's going to pull his weight a bit more?
Hi. Oh.
I don't think I carried him to the Constructors title. I believe Scorpion just had a bit of bad luck in a couple of races. It should be close this season. I don't know which driver is going to be the #1 driver. That will be clear after a few races. But I think in performance we're quite equal on this game, so I do believe he's going to be up there with me.
Okay, thank you. We're going to head on and talk to Boob J next. So, good luck, White Fountain.
Yeah, good luck. Have fun.
Good luck to you guys.
Hope you get the weather you want.
Jay, how are you?
Nervous as heck right now.
Don't worry, just pre-season.
Yeah, but
So this is your third One Hub season, right? I think.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of. You joined in, I believe, season 12. Didn't go according to plan, but you're a new man. You've improved.
Mm-hmm.
What are you hoping this season?
Maybe like fourth or 5th,
In the
but
championship.
yeah,
Oh.
that's gonna be hard though.
Oh, interesting. And Belgium,
Since-
what do you think about Belgium? Is it a favorite of yours?
No, probably one of my worst tracks,
Oh, that's true.
but I got
So, looking at the
practiced
grid,
a lot. Yeah.
looking at the grid before we move on, you have to begin the race soon. Who do you think is the biggest shout for the championship?
Well, from what I see, so now I'm saying White. Fountain.
Okay. Right. Well, thanks, Jay. Have good
Okay.
good luck for the race.
Yeah,
You
good luck.
too. You too. Bye.
See ya. I find it interesting, as I say, White Fountain prefers the rain round here, so I wonder if he'll be praying for that. Obviously, he's lobby host, so he'll probably decide to tinker with it if he gets desperate. But yeah, like I say,
I have it on good authority that people who enjoy rain are actually undercover cops. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, watch out for them.
Well, last I checked, I wasn't an undercover cop, but oh well. But that is one thing about this track, though. This will be their first chance to, see what they are on pace. But the weather actually could play quite a part in it, because it did for me. Remember Pinnacle last season? I bottled a podium in the rain. It was one of those races where it just kept changing the weather, so that could shake things up a bit tonight. So it may not be the best sort of representation of what these guys' pace are, but still should be pretty fun for us to watch. And it is past now, so we should hopefully be getting going soon. But if we can quickly get one more in, if anyone's available, that is, of course, that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm inviting a few people. I was staring down these coconut macarons.
Yeah, trying to burn your house down again.
Very hard. Very hard not to. What great timing though, eh? My house just goes on fire as we start the stream.
Well, at least it can only go better from here, if you think of it this way. So, start off with blunders, hopefully we'll have a good stream after that. And of course, we've got to mention tonight, we are racing, I guess, in sort of salute for Antoine Schubert and for Juan Manuel Correa. They were involved in the Formula 2 accident last week at Spa. So, expect maybe a couple of tributes from the drivers. I don't know what these guys will be doing, but certainly we are racing tonight in respect for him and, of course, Correa and the families and all that involved, because it was quite a sad incident. It's good to see the community all coming together, sort of pay tribute. So, yeah, this isn't just a pre-season race. This is, tribute race as well.
Yeah, I know a lot of drivers are wearing. We have Lawrence in the party. We'll get back to Lawrence soon. I know a lot of drivers are wearing pink helmets or black helmets in tribute, and a lot of them have changed their numbers to 19. Show their respect. So that's nice to see. Lawrence, you there? Hello. So, this is your I want to say 4th season you're starting. Wow, you're becoming a bit of a mainstay here. So, last season had your ups and downs. What are you hoping for this season? Yeah. That was my next question. That was my next question because you were briefly in the Pinnacle Tier, which was the top tier at the time, and you moved to the 2nd tier, which is still the Pinnacle Tier, but now you're down in the Precision Tier, so it's a bit of a downward spiral. Okay, and your teammate. Who's your teammate again? Remind me. Right. Alright, so looking at the grid, I asked this question to everyone, but looking at the grid, who would you say is the biggest rival, shoo-in for the championship? Yep. Pinnacle Tier, yeah. Yeah. So there's 7 races until mid-season break. Which of these races are you looking forward to the most, and which are you looking forward to the least? Wait, so you're not looking forward to Bahrain?
So you're not looking Bahrain.
Okay, good. I was about
Right,
to,
good.
I was about to kick you from the party.
Yeah. We were about to lose respect for you there for a second.
Yeah. Close. But yeah. So, Belgium. I think you raced here last season. I'm not sure. Where did you finish here last season? Did you race here? Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I remember that race was that everyone was just, you don't know who was gonna win because everyone was just all over the place. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Oh, any questions?
Yeah, I just want to quickly ask. This is a track where weather can play a big part. What sort of weather would you be preferring tonight? And also, can you tell us the weather forecast since you can probably see it on your screen? Ooh, lovely.
Oh.
White Fountain's going to be absolutely having a great time. He says he certainly prefers the wet, so look out for him. But what do you prefer? Do you like this weather? Well, have fun then.
Yep.
Well, good luck. Have fun. So seeing that on the weather then, I'm sort of surprised to see some people going out onto medium straight away then. I guess maybe they're just going out for some cycle laps, but that should mean a wet race that we have pretty much everyone qualifying on softs, so it should be rather simple on that front, and it means everyone can sort of push for it and see relative good pace in qualifying. This could be a very good indication for the season ahead.
Lawrence, you're supposed to leave the party.
But feel free to listen anyway, you might like it.
Yeah, or just mute your mic and listen.
Yeah, do whatever. Cheers, good luck again.
So, looking at this grid, I'm actually kind of really excited for the season because, you know, you have your obvious people. You have White Fountain, you have Lukey, you have Chris. You have people who actually used to race in One Hub, like FTRL Bottle, which some people may not know is formerly Hammer Time, and F1 Sophie, used to be Robot Sophie. You got people coming up from the Podium Tier in Baboon J, and it is up. So it's a nice mix all around the grid, and I feel like on the day anyone can win a race around here.
Well, we'll certainly see how it works. Certainly, White Fountain, I know he's quite good. I also know Cam is pretty decent. I raced him a bit last year in this skate, well, in F1 2018, so I know he's quite quick as well. And
He's American, isn't he?
yes, he is. I also, once again, Bottle also commentated on him a few times in race too, so I know some of these guys' relative pace, it's quite good, so it should be very interesting to see how these guys go at the top. But certainly I would say that maybe Cam would be also one to watch, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be a good season. I'm hoping Because, you know, one of my favorite seasons ever was Podium Tier, season 10. We just had 3 people running away, and it ended up being such a fantastic.
Ooh, we've got a car off there. There's a car off at the top of Radion. Jor, I want to say. Sorry I pronounce his name, but he's spun off on the Alpha. And the top of Radion, that's probably the most difficult part on the track because it's so easy to spin off there. It's so easy to get unsettled as the elevation change takes effect on the car's downforce, but hopefully we don't see too many mistakes like that, and I must say, very lucky not to be in the wall.
Radion is one of those tracks where you sort of have to take, you have to take an entire corner into consideration when you're making a setup for Radion. For Belgium rather, because Radion, you need to take it well and nice on your qualifying lap, and you also need to take it well and nice on lap 7 before you make your first pit stop and the tires are worn. So you definitely have to give that corner a bit of respect. Corners like Puhan as well, you just have to really give the corners like that a bit of respect, so you don't end your racing the barriers.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see how they attack that in the wet, because in the dry, normally corners like Eau Rouge, Radion, and especially Blanchimont, they should be flat out normally, but in the wet, it is so easy to get them wrong. And I think that's something these guys are also going to have to take into consideration. It could affect their sort of setups here, for qualifying at least. But certainly these guys are going to be very careful, because if it wasn't difficult enough already, the wet weather will certainly shake this up a bit. But currently it is Lukey on top.
During the podium tier, that 15 cars starting, and there's only 7 left on lap 16. Well, a few minutes ago. Yeah, only 7 people left on lap 16. So I'm not sure if that was wet or not, but that's a bad omen for these drivers. You're gonna have to be very careful and short of a 2-minute 03. Not a very good line for lap back there. Oh, he won't improve. He's in the barrier, and he's
in the barrier.
Bad crash for Jor.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I was on board with him. He just sort of went to the barrier. I'm not sure if he got any damage though. It looked like
it's front left end plate's missing. He's lost quite a lot of it.
I thought as much. It looked like he just went straight to the barrier. The camera just sort of lost track of him. It's just spun.
We've got more yellows. It looks like poo on. I thought there was yellows. There's a car off there, yeah. Man in P6, TB, loads of numbers. He's gone off. Front wing, I think, completely gone on that, and he's struggling to get back on. May block a couple of cars here, making a bit of a mess of this, as Lukey goes off the track in sympathy to avoid. It's a bit of a mess there.
Seen drivers struggle already, which is quite something. Only 5 minutes into the qualifying session.
Yeah, but once again, that could be maybe down to, like a couple of people said already, a lack of practice. Maybe saying, oh, it's only pre-season, maybe they won't be trying their hardest. But yeah, certainly a bit of early rustiness from these guys. But hopefully as the session gets further on, we'll see less of these mistakes, and we'll get everyone to get a representative lap in. Because at the end of the day, they're making mistakes, but we still have all 15 drivers in the session. Although we still have got yellow flags, so yeah. Keep it clean, lads. But so far, White Fountain, only guy in the 1 minute 43 right now. He is topped by nearly a quarter of a second, so he'll be happy with how this is going so far. And once again, as we heard on the grid, he was very happy with wet conditions on this track. So he'll be certainly looking forward to the race if he can start it from pole.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll be even happier with wet conditions if he's in pole position. One thing I don't like about the wet, it's funny because in real life, if the race is wet, you're jumping for joy. It's the most exciting thing ever because you can have overtakes all over the place. But in the game, when the race is wet, you're actually going to have less overtakes.
Exactly,
you don't have DRS. People will be running higher wings, so it's weird. But fortunately, it's going to be changing conditions, so that always throws something to the mix.
Yeah, because I think it's going to be full wet to possibly dry, so we'll see plenty of pit stops, plenty of ambitious changes possibly as well from the drivers, and it can certainly shake this field up a little bit. May not be the most representative view of how the grid is, but I guess we will get to see them all in different conditions. Could give a sign of people's strengths in certain areas, but yeah, we'll see how it all works.
Yeah, that's true actually now that I think about it. It shows all-out qualifying for people who will be practicing that, and it also shows wet pace. decision making for when you need to change. And yeah, then another little showdown towards the end of the race on the drive. So I think we will see a lot of different classic characteristics of these drivers on the grid today.
Yeah, it will make it very interesting on the setup, actually, won't it? Because I haven't really thought about that much. I thought maybe they'll go for a wet setup, but maybe they'll be more focused on the end of the race. It just depends how long the rain lasts for. But we'll see how it all works.
You can really compromise on both. That's what I've learned, is that especially when it comes to the wings, you can compromise on both. Just make your car sort of a bit more understeer than usual, and you'll typically be fine in the wet and the dry as well. So whether these drivers know how to find that compromise, that's remains to be seen. But yeah, 9 minutes left. White Fountain has a command.
And we've got Adrillo coming to the end of his lap. I think he's the only one right now who's on a lap in his McLaren. We'll see what time he does. It's looking a good one. It could go top here. It does indeed go top in the McLaren by only 2/100ths of a second.
Adrillo Doc is a winner around here. Podium Tier season 12. He came out on top, beat the mighty duo of PXY and Tainster to do so. So he's very well versed on this track for sure. And I think we sort of have not really, we sort of glossed over him, but yeah, he could for sure sneak a win today at this preseason race.
Yeah, I was just riding on board with his teammate though, Babin J, and he got the dream slipstream through that first sector from Bottle. He was able to follow the whole way up the hill and then passes just before DRS, so he was hitting nearly 210 miles an hour out there, so he had a fantastic first sector. If he can keep this one going, he should surely be right there at the top. And yeah, both McLarens looking strong.
Looking a good lap too is you nailed Buhan.
Looks very hooked up, doesn't it?
Yeah, a bit deep there into the right left, but just about. Yeah, let's see what Baboon J can do. I like it when we talk about all these drivers that we think can like win the championship. We talk about Wipeout Luke, and then another driver just comes out of nowhere and steals it.
I think Jay is on no ERS, so I think he may actually have backed off on that one, unfortunately. But still, we've got to see the exploits of that first sector, show what is capable of being done.
No, he's not in the pits.
Maybe
he backed out of it and he's going to go again.
Maybe he invalidated it or something.
Must have, yeah.
White Fountain just started another lap. I want to watch him as he heads round. I didn't see him, I don't think, earlier on, because we were too busy looking at Joe. I think he went off the track. But White Fountain pushing the limits onto the gravel there on his way down to, I think, Stavilo. So he's clearly pushing this car to the limits already, which is exactly what you want to see. Showing that he's got some pace.
He was probably pushing because he was 10 thousandths down on his time. He's looking for that time once again.
The rear end now was beautifully planted into Puon there as Lukey goes fastest. Just under 4/100ths of a second, separate the top three in the field already. And on such a long lap, that's pretty impressive. Could you imagine how close they'll be in somewhere like Austria? But White Fountain, he's up, but not actually enough to make a position up. So this can get even closer. Look at that, TK by 1/1000th of a second goes fastest. The top four is separated by 400ths, and it's going to get even closer. Unless White Fountain can find a little bit more at the end of this lap. Let's see what he does. Into the bus stop chicane, which actually is nothing like a bus stop anymore. But here he comes. Let's see. He's running well on the ARS. He should get there in good time. And look at that. We've got 1/10 separating the top five. White Fountain on top.
That's pretty impressive. White Fountain, Vitinho actually, yeah, he just lapped him right now. He goes second. Very close between the top five.
It's incredible.
Incredible.
That'll be very encouraging, I reckon, for everyone who's put the tiers together to show that. I think they've got it very much right with this one. Yeah. Congratulating yourself there. And I think I've just seen some rain. It is raining at the end of qualifying here, so could this be it?
Chris is gone. Chris is gone on the top of Eau Rouge or Radion.
Well,
He
the rain
is absolutely gone.
The rain has probably caught him out then, as it is tipping it down now. So this is probably going to be qualifying over. Early stages, but 5 to go. I don't think we're going to see anyone do another lap at this rate, but Adrillo is out there on a night lap. He may give it a go, but I don't really see much point in it. And again, he has sort of got nothing to lose, has he? He'll be P5 anyway.
I was on board with Chris as he crashed. He just lost on the top of a Rouge, and right into the wall he went. No saving that. How qualifying he is. He's going to be starting 9th at best.
We've got yellows in all 3 sectors right now. So it appears a lot of people are struggling, but there are people still doing laps. But I don't see any improvements happening here. The rain is already too heavy.
I have a feeling a lot of people didn't realize that the rain was coming, so they were just sort of taking their sweet time. Drivers like White found, I think the top 5, everyone in the top 5 or 4 basically, all knew the rain was coming, so they got their laps out quick.
Yeah.
But some drivers like Chris, Yanyan, F1 Sophie, were aware of the rain.
Andreas just spun out of the bus stop chicane, so well, there goes his attempt before it even starts. And as I say, the rain is just too heavy right now. And yeah, precursor to what we're going to see in the race, except it's pretty much going to be exactly the reverse of this, we believe. So yeah, we've pretty much got our grid set then. We can pretty much confirm this. Just under 7/10 of a second separate the top 11 in such a long track. It's great seeing this close, but the order at the moment, it may improve later on. I don't know, I doubt it, but White fighting currently on pole by 66 thousandths of a second. Then that is from Vinto, I'm going to hope I've said that right, TK, Lukey and Adrio. Like I say, 93 1/5 of a second. It is so unbelievably close there between those guys. Jor's had a few adventures today, but he is currently P6 and should stay there. JP7, Bottle 8, yeah, you can say is it Quace? I'll go with that. He's dead, but he is 9th. And rounding out that top 10, starting another lap, is Lawrence. And I believe the rain is a little bit lighter than it was before, but I still don't think it's really good for a lap. Let's watch him up the hill, because he's going to give this full beans, I reckon. And you know what? I mean, if we can take it like that, it's alright. Maybe we can see him continue lap. But he's currently P10. TB is
better than George looking in the dry, that's for sure.
Well, yeah. I think anyone will look better than him in the dry, let's be honest. But it's already 3/10 starting that first sector. Full commitment into Les Combes, but I don't really think this is going to work out for Lawrence at the moment. But just quickly going through the rest. TB 11th, Cam 12th, Sophie 13th, Ace 14th, Yanyan 15th, and as you say, Lawrence has taken a complete different track there with Stavlo. But yeah, that's pretty much qualifying over then. And you know what? I need to screenshot that in beautiful 1080p, obviously. The pros of having a PS4 Pro, because that is something that I think everyone has to see. That so close, those gaps, is incredible. I genuinely have never seen anything like it, especially for pre-season as well. These guys have not got any sandbags on, I don't reckon.
No, they're going all out, and that's great for us, the viewers, us the commentators.
Yellow
Should be a good race.
Surprised there's only yellow flags. There's only one person out on track now, and that is Lawrence. So he'll be heading in, and I guess they're a premature end. Unless everyone retires, in which case then may end a little earlier. Hopefully someone gets that memo. But yeah, that's our grid set. And once again, under a 10th of a second, separating the top 5. Brilliant.
Oh, Lawrence. Coming into the pits.
Well,
after set.
Sorry, we had to catch that one, but I always catch ones like this. But yeah, I must say, I can't get over that. It's brilliant, those gaps. Sure, is he going to have a wee run out on the intermediates just to give us something to watch, or is he just doing that to have some fun, changing onto inters in the pit lane?
This is typically when I would love if everyone just had the same mind and just retired, but
yeah.
Alas.
So, that is the end of qualifying. As we say, we're hoping for some people to retire, but Jora is going to come out and give us some entertainment. Huge cheer from the crowd there, actually, as they see a car exiting the pit lane. But let's see. He isn't very good at Eau Rouge in the dry. Let's see how he does in the wet. Like I say, these conditions, similar to what we'll see at some point during the race. May not be for very long, but it is what we're going to see, and he's going to be in the wall. But luckily, once again, he survived it. I think Odem's house is burnt down again, though, because they've lost him. Let's try and get him back, shall we? I think I've got a public party anyway, so I should be able to join. That doesn't mean you all can join, by the way. I'll probably have to now go and private it. But yeah, dead at the top of the hill there. Oh, he's back. Okay, good. Didn't have to invite you then. Yeah, Jor binned it at the top of the hill. So.
Yeah, I saw. That was great.
Yep.
If he makes this race, I'd be shocked.
Well, we'll see after turn 1. So let's quickly go for the grid then. White fighting from Vinto, TK, Luki, Adrillo, Zhu, or Jor, sorry. Jay, Bottle, Quiz, Lawrence, that's your top 10. Then TB, Cam, Sophie, Ace, and Yanyan. Rounding up the grid. 2 seconds separating the whole field. Just under 7 tenths separating the top 11. And under a tenth of a second separating the top 5. And we've got pretty much every condition you can imagine coming up for you in the race. Very unpredictable. Well, I cannot wait to see what these guys are up to. And all I'm going to say is I'm glad I'm watching it. I just hope we don't have to deal with it later on. Oh, please.
Yeah,
no.
I hope Prestige is as dry as a freaking skeleton's bones. Because I do not want to drive in this.
This is... Well, I mean... No, I'm not even going to consider it, because going up the hill would just be horrendous.
Yeah.
Please. I'd be very happy to watch it, but don't let me drive in it. So,
White Fountain is wondering if damage was on full, because he just saw Jor blow himself up into Radion once again.
It did look pretty
Not survive.
much like he was going to die up there, but he didn't.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's not complaining now. So we're just waiting for everyone to get their setups ready. Anyone who hasn't checked the weather forecast by now is probably questioning their life decisions. But we'll see. It looks pretty much like a typhoon right now, so it's going to be, I imagine, full wets. Let's just quickly confirm that. No, it's intermediates actually. Okay, so we're pretty much just on the edge of wet, and this could mean that the tires could maybe be a little bit cooler than these guys would expect on the start, because it certainly looks like a bit of a crossover point right now, and that is arguably worse.
I was hoping it would be full wet, so we would see like 4 pit stops, but
well, I reckon this for the drivers is arguably more challenging, because it's right on the cusp of being time for full wets. So we'll see if it transitions to full wets or not. This kind of reminds me of Germany in Pinnacle Tier last season, where the rain was just so heavy, but it wasn't really time for wets, and then everyone sort of tried to undercut each other when it came to changing tyres. It led to utter chaos, let's just say that much. I think pretty much everyone on that grid could have won the race that day. But we'll see how this goes. A few people are already starting to lose the back end. I saw Adrillo there, heading through towards Stablo, losing the back end on the formation lap. Let's hope they don't repeat that in the race itself. Well, it's good omen for...
While you stay on board with the other guys, I'm going to stay on board with Jor, because I really expect a huge crash of Radion. I want to be there to witness it.
Fair enough. We'll get the wide-angle view and watch as everyone else piles into him in inevitable similar mistakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder just how many stops we're going to get then, because we might end up doing a stop for wets. We don't know. It's never a possibility. Just say, okay, it might just go up to full wets in a couple of laps and then be done with that, back down to inters and dries. But we'll wait and see. Pretty much anything's possible when it's raining.
I have to say, Jor is a driver with a lot of pressure on his shoulders, a bit of a chip on his shoulders too, because he tried to get that Mercedes and Red Bull and Ferrari seat. He was rejected by all 3 teams. He's just taken Vitinho out on the formation lap, and yeah, he was rejected by all those 3 teams, and he was not happy about it in the slightest. Here he is now in the Sauber, unable to team with his mate TK, and I think he's gonna drive a bit of a fire.
Yeah,
season, for sure.
I think he might feel a little bit like me then. Pretty much every single time I've signed up for a team, I've been rejected. It's a very sad thing, I must say. But
I wouldn't know how it feels.
well, of course you wouldn't. But we've got everyone lined up on the grid now. I think Jay's actually going to be the last one. Or no, sorry, Adria's going to be the last one. So she was people struggle on the formation lap. It's not a good omen, but let's see what happens. It is tipping it down here. Intermediate so for the start. Could shake this up. And we've got some lights on ahead of the drivers. White fighting on pole. Vito on the front row alongside. Lights out, away we go here in Spa. Looks like a relatively good start there from White Fountain, but we'll see for any dive bombers into turn 1. Good opportunity for move here, but hopefully everyone stays calm. I think Vito's been a bit sort of calm into there. Has a chance of TK passing him. A few guys going wide, but as you say, nice and clean. White Fountain got a good advice, but let's look back to see how these guys take on this very daunting hill. We've got a lot of cars losing it there. TK just avoiding the wall. White Fountains, I think, hit the wall. Vito leads this race.
Lost like 7 positions. Oh my god, it's chaos down the Kendall Straight.
3 wide.
Jay is just overtaking literally everybody and their mother. He's up into 4th place.
Oh, he's been tagged though
TK.
by TK, who may well sort of slow this whole group down. But Lukey now was challenging for the lead for a brief moment, but now he's got White Fine on the back of him. And I think those that lost positions just were not expecting it to be so crazy. And I think I heard a bit of contact. And Adrilo and Jor both going wide. There's both spinning back onto the track, and luckily no one collects them. They can get their cars straightened back up again. But a very clumsy start for these guys. But only 1 retirement.
Yeah, Chris is out of the race. I'm not sure how that happened. What I do know what happened is that everyone just lost it up over roost. Some people managed to keep it out of the wall. Jor had to pretty much brake just to stop himself from going wide. Lukey goes wide and White Fountain follows him. That's how crazy these conditions are right now. But yeah, crazy start. Vitinho's taking the lead, so he's going to brush off him getting taken out on the formation lap.
TB and Ace Monkey have come together. Oh, well, there's no actual damage, so they've got away with that one. I wonder they both just spun off on their own, but yeah, they're right at the back now. Oh, this is looking a bit difficult for P4. This is going to be close.
Bottle side by side, which is kind of scary.
All 4 of these guys going to have a go for this into the bus stop chicane. TK is going to look behind, and I don't think he's going to like what he's seeing. And we've got one move. Cam trying to get by Lawrence. Yep. Nicely done there. And looks like Lukey's gone. Side by side with Fountain towards turn 1. Vito will be liking this. He'll be trying to pull away with all this action going on. But White Fountain on the inside.
So is Vitinho.
Yeah, this is going to be very close up the hill. I reckon White Fountain's going to have a great run. He's going to have a very good run here. I'm going to ride on board with a Red Bull driver. Let's see how they handle the hill this time. Vito a lot more cautious there, but they both cut the corner. Lukey's been even slower through there. And we're going to see these guys.
They literally didn't want to turn the car, otherwise they'd spin. Lawrence is out of the race.
So
what's happened there? Will White Fountain go for this? He will not.
Lukey,
they're just streaking away.
They're streaking away, but they're also struggling massively. They're all missing the apexes, they're all going wide, they're all struggling massively, and they're nearly colliding with each other. But somehow they're keeping it on the road. It's incredible to see. But as you say, Lawrence, I imagine, must have died up the hill. It seems quite likely. But Vito keeping this lead.
Sophie finds herself in last place. I'm not sure what happened to her there. I think she pit. Yeah, I think she pit.
Interesting then. Obviously, I don't know how long the rain may last. They may end up having to do a stop on inters anyway, so that might work out. Oh my goodness, White Fountain hasn't got any damage to the car, and I have got no idea how. He has somehow managed to keep that. He went onto the grass, mind you, but my god, that's a lucky escape.
He does have damage.
It looks okay from the outside view. There's nothing missing from the end fence or anything, so...
I think he's got damage. He's been overtaken by Kamkai, who's had an unreal start, may I say.
Yeah, White Fountain's coming back at him.
He went wide, so...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's all gone a bit wrong for White Fountain there.
Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to Gasly Dion here. Surely White Fountain has to back off a bit. But he's certainly looking at getting past. Where's he going to go? Look at Lukey as well.
9 places.
Lukey for the lead. Side by side at the bus stop. Vinto's going to keep it on the inside. A little bit of contact. Wide goes Lukey. This is not over yet. What about Cam and White Fountain? They're also going to be going for it. And down towards turn 1 we go again. Shaw's got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. And Vinto on the outside is going to get a fantastic run up the hill. What's he going to do with it though? It's surely too wet to go side by side here.
Kamkai has gained 9 places in 2 laps. What a machine. He has gained 8 places, so props to him as well. Lukey. Oh! Vitinho.
They're both losing it.
Lukey.
It's the wall, does the Ferrari.
Lukey's got wing damage. Kamkai's going to get another place. This is ridiculous.
Back into the lead, then goes Vito. And White Fountain's going to get back into this as well. I imagine he's probably cleaned his tyres. Oh, look at that,
Oh my
TK and
goodness.
Baboon J.
Yeah, Baboon
And
J
this,
with a bit of revenge.
this whole field is closing right up to each other because no one can keep it on the road. It's like no one wants to win this
Crazy.
race. It's only lap 3, by the way. Let me just remind you, we've still got to go to dries yet, and that could cause all sorts of issues. But for now, these guys...
Vitinho, by sheer miracle, has kept the lead. Kankai, by sheer willpower, has taken second place. This
At
is
the end
unreal driving from the Toro Rosso driver.
At the end of the day, Vinso just lost it less, I guess, than Lucas. They both lost it in a pretty major way. But look at this for the lead. Kamke going on the outside. Is he going to go for it? He certainly fancies it into
He's not gonna
Fania.
do that, is he?
He's going to
He's
go
not gonna
for
do
it.
that, is he?
What a move. He's
Okay,
made it
buddy.
stick into the lead. Fantastic driving that. Really well done there.
Nothing but
But
applause for Kamkai. What a drive. He's opening 3 laps. He has just schooled the entire field. It has to be said.
he is
taking
showing
the
them how
lead.
it's done. Incredible pace.
He might have a wet setup on. He might
Well,
have
do you
the
know
energy on
what?
to Just pick a wet
It's
setup.
It's working for him a treat
yeah.
right now. Oh, they're all losing it. This is going to be chaos. Oh, 3 of them lost it there. Vinso, White Fountain and Lukey. And once again, it was a case of
Oh
who
my
lost it the
God.
least. And it was White Fountain who sadly lost it the least. He had nowhere to go.
Oh my god. The 3 leaders at one point, or 2 leaders at one point, all just completely dropped it. Crazy stuff. Baboon J's up into 3rd. Yanni and Kamkai gained 11 places. What is this race? We said that, you know, it's going to be wet, it's going to be less overtakes, it might be a bit more boring. That was wrong.
I think we're going to
What
end
were
up
we
eating our
talking
words
about?
here. Incredible stuff from these guys. Sophie's setting the fastest lap, so
Unreal.
the clean air is certainly working for her, but I have a feeling that
Fresh
Cam
tires.
is going to take that fastest lap at some point because he's now got some free air.
Here comes that's our ball on Yannian. Manages to stay ahead. I think the
And-
race will just about calm down a bit. We hope, at least.
Well, hopefully, yeah, for the driver's sake. I don't think they can take much more of this already. But, do you know, this is what I was also saying. This could be down to the weather, again, as Buttle goes really wide. Because, as I said, this is pretty much on the cusp of full wets. As Lenny decides to get here. Go away, Lenny. And, like I said,
Private.
yeah, so probably did it. Well, I need to let you back in. Because you DC'd, you know, being kind to you. But, like I say, it's pretty much on the cusp of full wets here still, and that's what these guys are struggling with, because it is on the cusp,
Yeah.
but it's not quite ready. And so they're just left in a bubble where they just have to pray to survive. It's almost a game of luck at this point, and
Yeah.
so far, Cam is winning the lottery by a long way already. He's nearly 3 seconds clear. And as you say, he
Coutinho-
started 11th.
Patino now has a Baboon J for company, so it's just no rest for the wicked for him.
Let's see how they
See
go
if
through
everyone can keep
Blanchimont.
it.
This
Yeah,
is where it all
just
went
about.
wrong last lap.
I think Coutinho might have a bit of wing damage, so maybe that actually will help him. Just not spin everywhere. You know?
I don't know. I think his car is actually okay. I don't think he's actually hit anything this race. He's just had his own moments, and when he's been hit, it's been from the back because he would have been in the lead. But I don't see any end fence damage on his car, and that's the first thing to go, the side end fence. But he certainly is struggling for grip. Did he take too much out of the tires early on? It is quite easy to overheat them, I guess, in these conditions, especially when you're literally driving sideways up a hill or through Blanchimont. The corners, as I said earlier, which become an absolute nightmare in this race, and are the ones that have completely decided everything so far. As Jay's a bit of a slide, but still a relatively good
Yeah.
exit from Radion.
That's sure our ball just had to completely shaft it. So does Jor.
Oh,
a lot of
yes.
people are just shafting our Rouge because they're scared of just turning too much and spinning. That's going to be a cause for a lot of warnings. But everyone just about managing to get through it safely. Yeah.
And luckily, as we say, I think they're starting to calm down a bit now. But it's still a long race. We've still got 13 drivers here, and we're still yet to see the conditions change as Jor loses his car a bit onto the gravel, and Adrilo goes by into P7. There's a bit of contact there. Jor maybe trying to stick his nose back in there. I don't really know what he was planning to do with that, but it didn't work either way. He's broke the front wing as well. I don't know if that's a result of it, but it's certainly broken now. Sector 2, oh dear, what's happened? Nothing in Puon. Looks like Ace Monkey's had an issue in Stavolo. So he's broke the front wing in a big way, so he must have spun or something. But Sophie's passed in the racing point into the points.
Duff made a pit stop, but just somehow made up 3 places from where she started. That's how hectic it's been.
Exactly, yeah. And just saying, I think the guys are now starting to get into a bit of a rhythm. I think Jay's fallen a bit off the back of Vinto. He's now starting to maybe close that gap a tad to Cam. But yeah, luckily, for now anyway, it's calmed down a bit. But saying that, George's still out there with a broken front wing, and he's got TB chasing.
I think it may be a bit drier than it was at the start of the race.
Although, to be fair, that's not really saying much. I mean, it's absolutely still tipping it down. It's certainly less of a cusp of wet tyres stage, I'd reckon, because it was certainly horrific rain, wasn't it, at the start of the race? We both were surprised to see them starting on inters.
Oh, TB! He went too deep into the back of Joe. I don't think he lost anything.
Oh my goodness! Bottles in the wall at the top of a Radion, but once again, I don't think he's had that big damage. I mean, even though he's lost it, that's a bit dangerous, and luckily he ghosted, but does TB keep it on the island? He does, just about.
Just about.
Thank God for ghosting actually working for once, but oh sorry, the whole wind's gone actually on the bottle. That's why I couldn't see any damage, because there's nothing there. But once again, we've seen a car lose out there, and luckily get away with no damage. But look at this, the fight for P2's got a bit close, hasn't it? Finto's starting to struggle a bit, and Yanyan, was he not 15th on the grid? He was indeed.
Literally 15th on the grid, yes.
So, yeah, he should have come a bit out of nowhere here as well.
I mean,
and look at that, they're all going wide. They're all going wide there at Puon. And
Yanyan is the Podium Tier champion, so he definitely knows his way about the track, and he's showing his skills off today. And looks like he might be sniffing P2.
He's certainly looking at Bowie and Jay, thinking about a move already, possibly. It seems he's maybe kept his tyres a bit closer to their working range, and now he's taking advantage of it. At the end of the day, I guess as long as he's kept it on the track, which he has, he can now take advantage, because he's probably had to take it quite easy. Because I think he sort of came with a mentality that not that many did, of just keep it on the track, and you'll be good, because it's going to be a bit of a race of attrition, as you've already seen. But Victor going really wide into bus stop there, going way too deep into the braking zone. That just closes these guys all up again.
TB on Jor.
Here comes Yanyan as well. Oh, nearly contact on the straight there. But Jay really late on the defence. And let's quickly see what's going on with these two. TB's ahead, but he has a penalty, doesn't he? He just got one there, and that's a really bad exit for Jay. Oh, do they go side by side? It's possible. Does he think about it, Yanyan? Does he have to back off? Bottle's got a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, but look at this up the hill! Oh! It's just so difficult, isn't it, to try and find the right place to put your car. Does Yanyan have a chance here until they call him? I think he just lost so much up the hill there. As did Vinto, but luckily, Jay and Yanyan, as I say, were struggling too. All this is helping massively Cam, who's now 5 seconds clear. And look at this, TB trying to fight back here on Jura on the outside. Nice move. Bit of contact, but you know what? He made that one work. Nicely driven there.
Yeah, Wipeout and Lukey have resumed hostilities down in 10th and 11.
Oh dear.
Second within each other, so hopefully they can both keep on the track this time. Wipeout probably scared of the back of that Harry every time he sees a little twitch. Into Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah.
But yeah. The thing is, with this trio of Vitinho and Baboon J, it seems like they just can't really stick to a delta of speed and just keep it there. They're like sort of all over the place, like they're still learning the track. They're not really like properly hooked in. Kamkai has a consistent level that he's matching lap by lap, but these two are just sort of all over the gap. Baboon J goes very wide, almost hits the wall.
I think
Yanyan will be. Yeah.
I think another issue with this is you mentioned it getting lighter earlier. It's about to stop now, so it's coming to that stage where they're trying to get used to it, but the track is pretty much a completely different track every single time they go round it now. And Baboon J, look how deep in the braking zone. It feels like it's changing the braking zones, traction zones every single lap. And we're now going to go side by side towards turn 1. Yanyan, better exit, didn't go wide like Jay did. But on the inside, does the McLaren still fancy a look? Side by side up the hill they're going to go, and looks like TK's pitting. Don't know what that's for. Can't really be for dries, can it? As Jay backs out. Is he going to just hang further back here and actually go for it in Eau Rouge and Radion to get the better exit? they both went relatively well there, but slipstream effect should take effect now, and we'll see if Jay can get by. ERS shouldn't really be an issue for these guys. They should be able to attack when they need to. They don't use too much of it in the wet anyway. But Yanyan is ahead. Can he get after Vinto before we go to dries? I wonder. Oh my goodness! That could have been...
Yanyan was sort of taking a wide line, and Jay just saw that as an invitation and he backed out completely.
Yeah. Maybe trying to scare him off the track there. Nearly worked as well, but look at this. We've got White fighting now. Up the hill, trying to chase after Lukey. He loses it, and they both lose it.
They both almost lose it.
These guys, honestly, TK's
out
on the hill. Let's see where that ended up with Bottle. Oh, he's going to end up in the same place. He's landed. He's done exactly the same thing, I reckon. And he's finding himself parked exactly where TK was.
Ace Monkey, take your property. You will. He's going to see two cars.
Oh! Wow.
And then there were 11. Yes,
11. Then there were very, very, very nearly just 10.
Yeah.
And
Sophie and Jor. Sophie's made a pit stop, by the way, and she's all over the back of Jor. That's how much of a charge she's been on.
And Jor's got about 20 seconds of penalties as well. He's been all over the show today. And Sophie is going to gain another position here on the way to Blanchimont. Side by side. Should be no contest. And up into P7 she goes. Good move. But look at this. Yanyan passing Vinto. Better bus stop for him by the looks of it. We saw Vinto's been struggling there. And through into P2 he goes. But does there open up a gap on the exit possibly to try and get there? Although he tried to maximize the exit. He cut the corner. And has got a 3-second time penalty. He just, yeah, I don't really know what he was doing there. Don't really know what his idea was there, but it's going to give him a nice run up the hill as long as he doesn't crash. That was looking a lot more committed from these guys. They're certainly getting a bit more confidence with it. And we're certainly past the worst conditions. Well, I'll say that actually, well not really. I reckon the worst conditions is going to be the crossover point. Because it's going to be so slippery and none of the tyres are going to be the right tyre. Up the hill, that's going to be a complete nightmare. We've got yellow flags, by the way. I don't know what that's for. I don't see anyone off the track. But,
Jor pits.
White Fountain. Look good. Oh, he's... Well, I was going to say, look, he's about to go for a pass, but I don't think he's going to be... Well, actually, saying that, we just saw how badly these two lost it on the last lap. Will Lukey lose it again? Yes, a little bit, but not as bad. And looks like Vinto's got by Yanyan again. A mistake, possibly, there for the Racing Point driver. So we're getting back by.
Off into the distance.
Yeah, he's having a great time. But as you say, will he be, you know, sort of too much on the wet setup side? Will it come back to these guys later on? We'll wait and see. But certainly, in the wet, these guys are giving us some fantastic racing, and I can't wait to see what these guys do in the crossover point. Depends on that crossover point is, of course. It is still spitting with rain right now. But when they pit, will they be able to go on softs, or will it be mediums? That's something they're going to have to think of. I'm sure someone will take the risk on softs if it's too early. But look how wide Vinto's going. I mean, that's a flat-out section, and you can't even keep it on the track there. It feels like they're gaining more corners here every lap. And look at this. Yanyan, is he going to go for this? He's going to hit the back if he's not careful. Has to back out of it. I think Jay may have actually tapped him forward as well. They were all later than the car ahead, and there goes Jay.
He really compromised himself there, and Jay is just slipped right through. I got all that shaped on the exit, and yeah, Jay just taking the position back. Yanyan, rather.
But then Jay's not gone deep.
He has the pace, but he's just not been able to really, you know, get his command over these two.
Yeah, but look at this again up the hill. Jay was too deep into Lake Com, so it's going to have another opportunity for Yanyan at the top of the hill. Very well taken from the Racing Point. Surely he's going to get by. Side by side they go towards Lake Com.
Yep.
Should be rather easy to get that position back, but once again they're losing just so much time to the Mercedes ahead, and of course Cam, who's just in a world of his own right now. But it's, like I say, could come down to what setups these guys have. White Fountain, I think, has done the exact same thing that Turn 1 did on the last lap, but somehow has actually managed to gain some time on Lukey. Let's see how these guys got the hill again, because Lukey, they're both cut.
White Fountain, I think, is really getting the hang of it a bit more. I think as soon as he gets close to Lukey again, he'll be fine. George spun it once again. I think he lost with his wing too.
Yeah, it's gone on the side there, left-hand side. But looks like White Fine actually has cruised up to the back of Lukey. I wonder if he's made another mistake there. But oh, they're both so slidey on the rear end. I mean, these guys should theoretically have more grip than the rest of these guys, but it doesn't show it, does it?
Weird seeing Wipeout lock up his rears through that long right. I think Stabilo it's called.
He's pretty much.
Lock up your fronts.
He's drifting the whole way around this track.
It really is.
It's quite a sight to behold, isn't it?
Not the fastest way, but it's the coolest way.
Yeah, certainly. Wouldn't argue it's the safest way either, but oh my god. It's because of a nervous disposition watching this, and I think Vince's had another difficult bus stop section, and Yanya's on the back again. Can he get this move done, and can he actually stay ahead this time? Let's see what he does. Still splitting the rain, so we're still waiting for that crossover point to take place. But here we go, 10.2 seconds the gap now at the top, and oh my god, that is just so scary to watch that. Vinto had no confidence, and Yanyan had to get out of it, and thank god he did, because that was an airplane crash waiting to happen.
Yanyan drifted entirely through that corner. I can't believe he didn't spin.
Round the outside till they come.
Around the outside.
Beautiful.
That's a nice one.
That's very good. Great driving.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be thanking his lucky stars there that he just didn't cream into the back of Vinto there, because Vinto was just so slow up the hill. I was riding on board Yanyan, and it was just... It's a wonder he didn't go over him, honestly, but up into P2. Let's see if he can stay there. Meanwhile, back with White Fine, he's lost some more time. He's now 1.7 seconds behind, so I think the drifting isn't really working out for him anymore. And Joe's into the pits again. Going to
I kind of feel that maybe he's overheated his rear tires.
I don't think he has any rear tires left at this point. He must have worn the tread time, because he's driving this whole race on those rears. The fronts are they're not doing anything. And looks like Sophie, by the way, is catching up to another car, TV. She is certainly showing some great pace. I don't know if she was caught up in a crash that wasn't her fault or whatever, but she is having a fantastic run at it right now. Up in P7.
Yeah, she really is.
Trying to get another one now. And
remember
as you say,
season 10, the Pinnacle Tier was the top tier at the time. Sophie was one of the drivers there, and she, I believe, finished 5th or 4th, and she beat me to it without a penalty. So, in the wet in Belgium, she's not bad, that's for sure.
That's interesting. DRS is enabled, but it's still raining. Now, that can happen in real life F1, but this is the one thing the drivers are really looking for when it comes to the crossover point, but we've already seen it, and it's still raining. Who pits? We're all pitting.
It's not the
We're all
point.
pitting. Well then. Just when we thought this race was going to get more crazy, are these guys seriously going to go on to dries when it's still raining? As I say, DRS enabled. It's a telltale sign that it's going to be time for dries, and it is dry tyres, medium compound tyres for all three of them by the looks of it. This is going to shake it up again.
That's crazy. It looks so dry. It doesn't look dry at all, rather.
Exactly. I mean, I've never seen this before. I know in real life F1 you can see it for interest sometimes, but let's ride on board Adriles. First out of the pits on these tyres. Everyone else is probably extremely confused right now as to what's going on. Up the hill? Yeah, that looks alright, you know. That looks okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see how TB takes it. Survives. Sophie as well. White fighting onto some softs there. Lukey onto mediums. Can those softs get to the end? I wonder if someone would take that risk. But suddenly...
Yeah, I think softs will be fine because tyre wear is a bit lower in the rain.
The rain has just stopped. The rain has just stopped then.
Yeah, it has just stopped.
How weird is that?
Oddly quick.
It
Especially
is.
around Belgium, such a long track. That was so quick.
Sure, it's going to keep going.
Yanyan is struggling hard, though.
Yeah, I think this has caught everyone off guard. Oh, and as you say, Yanyan is really overheating the tyres now. And you're basically
I wonder how far Arjulik could get back into this. He could be challenging these three. Who knows?
Well, exactly, yeah. I mean, these top four are pretty much in the worst position here because they have to run pretty much half the lap on a apparently dry track, and it is bone dry now. It was raining a minute ago. My goodness. Cam pitting. What's he going to go on? Will it be mediums or softs? Obviously, we saw a White Fountain take that risk. Let's see what Cam does. Race leader by a long way. And he's got a long way to go down. Pretty much everyone will be pitting now. No real surprises there. But Adriano caught by 2 seconds there in that last sector alone so far. But Lukey's retired. He's had an issue in the middle sector. Let's quickly see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Spun out Puhan.
Who on? Was Vinto held up a bit there in the pits? I don't really know. But it looks like Yanyan has still got ahead. What about Adrielo? He's coming down the main straight now. Down towards
he
Lake
might
Com.
get his teammate.
He could do,
No,
yeah,
no,
let's
well,
see.
it'll be close though.
He'll have to run on the exit. He'll also have the better tyres. There goes Sophie, by the way, on the outside. No move, but there will be DRS now. So this is going to put a whole new element to this race. And Adrielo is quite far behind his teammate, but on these warmer tyres, he should cruise up, honestly. Well, let's see what Sophie does on these tyres. There's a lap car ahead as well they have to worry about. Look at Ace Monkey getting right in the way there of TB. And surely now Sophie's got an easy path to P6. Through she goes.
Yep, up she goes.
So.
Now this is where we see who was running a wet setup and a dry setup.
Exactly.
We could all just turn right now.
This could change everything now, this. And, well, we've got 10 laps to try and figure out what will happen. Looks like, though, they're already starting to catch calm. So, 10-second lead. Let's see if he keeps it. Let's see how wet that setup was, because the gap has gone down about half a tenth in this sector alone. It just feels like we're going to get a bit of a showdown here, I reckon, if it keeps going at this rate. Very interesting situation.
What a hectic race this has been.
I know, I mean...
Pre-season, by the way.
Exactly, pre-season. I mean, we have one of the closest qualifying, surely, in the league's history. Top 5 being that close, and a thrilling race to follow it. I must say, I'm very happy that I'm in this... Oh my goodness!
Oh, no! Oh, it's all... I don't know what happened. I'm not exactly sure what happened. May have gone too wide or may even lost the back end, but he is gone completely out.
Sophie and
just avoided him.
Sophie and TB, I was on board with TB trying to see what happened there, and that must have unsettled these guys a bit. Another 10-second time penalty for TB. I imagine he'll probably get that removed. That's no way a 10-second time penalty.
That was, that was a bit much.
Sophie again with the fastest laps, and well, let's see if she can catch up any further. She is 10 seconds off a podium spot, but if she keeps at this pace, and we know how much these guys fight and how much they will fight, as we're about to see.
On the onion.
She could fire herself in this. Let's see. Vinto on the inside. A rather acute angle, this one. TB's just racking those penalties up, isn't he? It's incredible. Oh, they've hit! Yanyan's hit. Vinto, luckily no damage there. I don't think, anyway. No damage there, but once again, these two getting a bit dicey. But as I say, Sophie's got some great pace right now. Will she be able to catch up to these guys? It'll be certainly interesting to see. White Fountain. I'm interested to see how he's going to work, because he's sort of stuck there in P7. He needs a safety car to get back into this one. Although saying that, we probably would have got one by now, wouldn't we? All these accidents.
True.
Knowing this game, though, it'll probably take like a small little spin to put a safety car out. That would be what does it. But
I entirely forgot the safety car was a thing. Yeah. Shocking that it's not out yet.
Yeah, no, we've seen many horrendous accidents in this race already.
I would say Ace Monkey, who was previously lapped, has unlapped himself.
Yeah.
On TV, and he's actually catching Sophie, so I guess he had to try setup.
Here comes Yanyan again. We know Vinto struggled this sector on the wet tyres. Let's see how he does in the dry. Oh my goodness, look how late on the brakes Yanyan is. It looks on that first shot like he's going to smash into him, but he got it slowed down, and now he's going to get 2 doses of DRS here. And he's going to have a chance at the fastest lap if he can get this move done nice and cleanly. Currently it's Vinto who's got that fastest lap after using DRS in the last lap. A bit wide at La Source, but let's see what the run's like. We know in real life this type of run is like a dream run, and look how much he's closing. Yanyan's going to catch up rather easily, I reckon, to Vinto. Can he get the move executed though? Up towards the end of the first sector on Lake Com. Inside for Yanyan. These two collided on the last lap. Let's see how they get on this time. Yanyan up to P2 once again, and they kept it clean, thank God, this time. But all this time,
wasn't going to fight that much.
All this time, as you say, they're not fighting too hard, and what that's doing, it's helping them both catch up to the race leader. Cam is now gap is 8.5 seconds, and we've got what 8 laps to go. I mean, maybe I'm a bit optimistic here, but this could come down to the final laps. This might not be over yet. Cam certainly looks like he's struggling a little bit more on these mediums, but we'll wait and see how that one all works. It looks like TB has caught the back of Sophie again, and as you said, I'm pretty sure Ace Monkey has unlapped himself from Sophie as well. So certainly having a fun time there. Shows that he has got some pace when he doesn't get involved in incidents. So it's a good sign there, as well as your good pace as well. Just needs to stop crashing. Victor's out of DRS range, by the way, of Yanyan. So is this Yanyan's chance now to really put the hammer down and try and catch our race leader? It's a tough fight, this will be, but we've got, how many laps is that left? 7 laps to go. Let's see. It feels a bit impossible, but then again, this is pretty much the exact same situation that Lewis Hamilton was in when he was catching Charles Leclerc in the last race in real F1. So we'll see if we can see a bit of a replica of that. Looks like TB, with his multitude of penalties, is still on the back of Sophie. I sort of worry that he may actually get disqualified. I think I've seen him get at least 5 or 6 penalties at this point. Let me just quickly count quickly. He's got 1, 2, 3 only actually, so maybe I made it too harsh. Maybe it's because I've seen a 10-second penalty pop up. I think if you get 6 penalties, you get disqualified. I'm not too sure on that one, but he needs to start cutting some corners and start passing to people, and that's a great run.
Nowhere near Yanyan
penalty.
DRS. Now he's right up to the back of him again.
TB passes. Great run up the hill, that. So up into P5, but then we'll probably fall down with about 26 seconds of penalties I think he's got. It's quite considerable. But yeah. The gap's gone down by another second since the last lap. This is going to be close, people. This could be a last lap thing here, because this will be probably under 7 seconds by the end of this lap, as Vinto goes a bit wide there for Puon.
If Kamkai makes a mistake, he's gonna be sweating bullets, and Yanyan needs to keep up that pressure. I hope he knows that he has a chance to catch Kamkai, because
well,
he needs to step on it.
Yellows, is that for Cam? It's not. It's yellow sector 3 though, so who is it? I don't think anyone's caused that one. I don't really know what that was for. But let's see. Does Yanyan get this gap to under 7 seconds? We know he's good in this bus stop. He's so committed into here compared to other drivers. But we'll see. He has gained another second on this lap overall. But it is 7.2 seconds the gap. Let me just check for penalties for these guys, just to see. No penalty for Yanyan, and no warnings at all for Cam. So he has got a few warnings to play with. A tactic used by many drivers in the past, not least you. I think people are still angry about that, you know.
I mean, gotta do what you gotta do, eh?
Exactly. I mean, you got the penalty, you got the warnings there to exploit.
Yep.
We'll see.
If I'm gonna get a warning for tiny little cuts, I might as well get a warning for something I deserve. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yanni's got a penalty, so he's got too many warnings, but he's still going to be closing. But it might be game over for that one. Sophie on the outside of Lecom, side by side with TB. That should be a decent exit. This will be going down to Stabilo. This will be fun. Oh, really tightly pushed to the inside, and successfully TB has scared Sophie off. A bit mean, but
he only gained so much in that second sector. It's crazy.
It is, but I just think that
probably running more downforce or something. But Yanyan gained so much.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it, with that penalty now, because he would have caught right at the end. He may well still catch at the end. And yeah, you just never know with these guys. Could they still come together? You got to ask the question if they do get close. I think Vinto's got a few penalties as well, so he mightn't be in a position to take this one either. He's got 2 penalties. So at the moment, Cam might just well have this on the penalties, and if he knows that they have penalties, he can let them both go through actually and still win this one, depending on when they catch. And Cam is, to be fair, staying rather consistent on his times, but issue is Yanyan he's gained 1.6 seconds on that lap. He's just so much quicker. I mean, he'll pass him, I think, but can he get that 3 seconds? I don't know, it could be possible, but now obviously since he's got a penalty, he's now got 2 more warnings to play with.
Yes, he has.
You've got to say
so
it. You've got to point it out.
The wall for Yanyan right now. Just think of nothing else. Just go for it.
Exactly. Let's see if Sophie can get back by TB. These two have been having a decent battle so far in this race. They've been going back and forth ever since they've went on to dries. Sophie also got a bit crowded out earlier on. She'll be trying to avoid that one this time. but no move into Lake Holm at the moment. But let's see, Andy. I want to ride on board with him in this middle sector, and you'll see the time hopefully going down. I want to see his commitment into Puon, because he's missing apexes, but he's somehow still able to get relatively good commitment there.
Yeah.
But
he's actually lost a bit of time
yeah,
in the second section because Coutinho's caught up to him.
Yeah, maybe we picked a bad lap to watch him then, I guess. Or maybe he's just taking too much out of the tyres.
Possibly. Yeah, I know he does struggle in the
Oh my goodness!
third and first sector because he's a bit slow in a straight line. Yeah, something right behind TV.
Yeah, that was nearly another crash there. These guys are they're moving about a lot. They're really trying to find vulnerable places, and they're trying to go for moves where you wouldn't expect to see moves, and I think it's catching them both out. Which isn't what you need when you're trying to pass them, but here we go towards Blanchimont now. Will Sophie fancy the move there as Jor leaves the session? That'll promote Ace Monkey if he can get by before Jor joins back. Oh my god! TV! I mean, it is right on the curb there and properly sideways and keeping it on the track. I can't handle this. These guys are so close to having crashes every lap. I can't believe it.
Coutinho
Clearly,
go at Yanyan, but Yanyan's lost too much time, and Coutinho is gonna have a look.
needs to make 3 seconds if he does get past here, Vincent. So he has to get a move on. Up to P2 he goes once again. And I think Cam will be able to sit back and sort of relax now, knowing that these guys are fighting. And the guy ahead is now 2 penalties worse off than him. Even if they do catch him, they may not catch him. They may get DRS on the last lap if they're lucky. But
Yanyan lost so much time in that second sector last time around, especially in Puon. So that pretty much killed every. That's why you have to nail every corner pretty much, and that one mistake is just really giving him no chance of catching up Cam.
yeah. By the way, just curious on White Fountain if his tires survive. Oh my god, who's that? Why that TV going wide? I'm just wondering if White Fountain's tires are going to survive, because he might as well pit actually, go for fastest lap just to show he's got some
that's what I was
pace.
thinking.
Have a bit of fun with it.
Just
There's no points for this or anything, but go for it anyway. Have a bit of fun with it. We'll see if he does that. Maybe he fancies getting involved with the leaders or something, because he's, well, maybe not that far behind. But anyway, Sophie again getting close. These guys, TB a lot less ERS than her, so it should be a good chance for Sophie to get by in the closing stages. But Vinso fastest lap now. He's put his hammer down, but I think it's just a bit too late.
How did she not get by the first time? She was right behind him, coming into the bus stop.
I mean,
How did she not get by in Camel Straight?
I mean, have you seen how TV defends? It's nearly impossible to get by him. He's defending
Speaking of the Camel
brilliantly.
Straight, here comes Yanyan once again. Should be an easy one.
Yep. Of course, Yanyan, he only has 1 penalty compared to Vinso's 2, so he's pretty much guaranteed to be ahead anyway. Oh! Well, I say
What's
that.
the back end there?
I say that, if he keeps doing that, maybe not, because that's nearly into the wall there. Sophie not close enough on TB this lap.
Sophie has no straight line speed.
Yeah.
I wish she was using the words, but didn't catch up much at all.
But once again, TB's got about 1 million penalties, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think, unless Sophie's also got a lot of penalties. Oh my god, Yanyan was driving with no front tyres at all there. He just drifted off wide.
Yeah, he's really struggling.
He's really taking everything out of those tyres, hasn't he?
Yeah.
TB's nearly lost it again through Puon. Like I say, he's just trying to give me a heart attack watching him here. But once again, defending quite a lot against Sophie. He's really, once again, moving about. These two, I don't think I've seen anyone fighting like these two before in a league race. It's quite incredible. I wonder if those tires are gone now for White Fountain, because I was wondering how long they were going to last, and it looks like they haven't lasted that long because he's now dead.
Yeah. It's not been a good day for White Fountain, has it?
Nah, he got the, the sad thing is he got the conditions he was wishing for. He told me,
Yeah.
I like the wet. I like the wet conditions. I'd like wet in the race, and you got what you wanted and you crashed. Oh well. And Jay, he's got a fastest lap now on the board. He's probably wishing he did that a bit earlier, unfortunately, but it's too little, too late. Anyway, Sophie, here we go again. She's going to try, as well as Yanyan on Vinso. It'll be a late move to go on this one, though. I sort of feel he won't do it. He won't do it, Yanyan. So we've got 2 racing points, fighting their cars ahead. And surely Sophie's got it this time. We've got 2 laps to go, so she'll know she sort of wants to get past at some point now soon. And let's see how hard TB defends this one. Pulling out extremely
Sophie
late
pulled
there.
out the last second
Oh,
there.
making contact though, still to the corner. And still more contact. TB is defending for all his might. And he's made contact.
Oh.
Out of the race he goes. Sophie needs to get that car spun around. And just
She's
pretend.
fine. I don't think she's gonna lose.
Just pretend that never happened. I think the defense just got a bit too much in the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
And
I think George's gonna get 6th, even though he's not there anymore.
well, that's the thing. I don't think Ace Monkey's gonna catch. So unfortunately, he's probably only gonna end up with P7 at the end of this. We're only gonna have 6 runners at the end of this one. And looks like Yanyan into bus stop may fancy a look here on possibly making it 4.
Battling, and they're only 3 seconds behind Kamkai. If Yanyan managed to not make that mistake and just keep Vitinho ahead of us and have to battle him, he definitely would have gotten through, I think.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's just been a race of mistakes for everyone except Cam. That's why he's winning this race right now. Final lap has finally begun. It's been a thriller, to say the least. If you're just joining in now, wondering what's going on, you've got a lot of catching up to do, and not too long to do it, I must say, because we've already got this race has taken so long. The other teams have already started, and Vinso has pretty much sealed his fate there with that extra penalty, hasn't he? But here comes
I don't know
Yanyan.
how he managed to get a penalty on the inside of Radion. That was a bit weird.
Yeah, he's also managed to keep the car running as well. But well, I say that. Let's make sure these don't crash first. Yanyan gets by. And well, he would have got P2 on penalties anyway, but it looks like he's going to have it on track as well. And, well, I think in all this, we can finally give some attention to the man who's led this race for pretty much most of the way. He's gained 11 spots. And I think even more incredibly, the man behind gained 13. If that doesn't tell you how incredibly crazy mental this race has been, I think all you have to do is look at the timing screens just to see exactly how mental this has been. I bet you're happy you got to join this one for cover, eh?
Oh yeah, all of the expensive Sean's PS4.
Thank God for that. God bless. But it looks like Cam's actually going to go for the fastest lap on this last lap. He's set his fastest middle sector. He's doing a bit of a Hamilton here. We'll see if he can get it, but he's certainly pushing for it. And I think that's just showing all of us that he had this under control the whole time. If they caught, he would have had enough to pull away. He's in hot lap mode. He must have been perfectly ready for it.
Reminds me of Raikkonen in 2013 in Melbourne, where he was just so sandbagging and then just last lap of the race, just to show everyone that he was fine. From
P12 on the grid, Cam wins this race. His fastest lap, not the race's fastest lap. Yanyan P2, with Vinso following him the whole way there. And those three, the top three, have had some of the most incredible races, and they're still fighting after the race, aren't they, Yanyan and Vinso? They just can't be separated, these two. Jay finishes P4. Ace Monkey's got another penalty. I don't think he really cares. He'll be P7 anyway. Sophie has battle scars, to say the least, after her fight with TB. Most of her front wing is missing. But she's going to come home P5. She'll have gained 8 places in this one. And George's ghost car will P6.
Somehow it's going to finish 6th.
Yeah. Weird that.
Makes no sense to me.
It's, well, once again, I think the curse of Radion and the curse of Blanche, and of course the curse of everywhere, the curse of Spa, pretty much. When it's wet, it gets wild. And this is our podium then. Cam, followed by Yanyan and Vincent. I don't think they quite know how they got there, honestly. And you know, this is a good omen for me as well, watching a Toro Rosso on the top set of the podium. You love to see it. Hoping to repeat that later on.
Teammate in the wall.
Yeah. But anyway, there are your podium finishes. We'll confirm this order for you, and like I say, I think the order doesn't really tell the whole story, to be honest. Oh, it's reading again. So Cam wins this one from P12 on the grid, Yanyan from P15. If you missed this race once again, you've got to rewatch it, because
My condolences.
Exactly. I mean, the first 7 laps were just some of the most incredible racing I've ever watched. It was mad.
Yeah.
Vinto 3rd, Jay 4th, Sophie 5th, You're 6th, Ace Monkey 7th, TB 8th, White Fountain 9th, Adriano 10th, Lukey 11th, Bottle 12th, TK 13th, Lawrence 14th, and Chris in 15th. I hope he stuck around to watch this one because he was out on lap 1. But yeah, that's been brilliant. And that is it then for Precision Tiers pre-season race. Something tells me they're going to take quite a lot to actually top this one for best race of the season. But if that's the standard they're going to be racing at, I personally can't wait to watch it. And commiserations, though, Dems, you're not going to be able to watch all this.
I'm sure Sean's S4 won't work every week.
Well, hopefully. For your kids, maybe chopping at the bit to watch these ones. But thank you all for tuning in. We had, I think, over 20 viewers for most of that one, so that was good support. Nice to see. I've been your commentator, Omar. I'm here full time. Hopefully Sean should have a working PS4 for Australia. But if not, we have Odems on standby. Thanks for joining me in the commentary box as well. And I'm sure you're very happy you joined. And we're now going to get ready for Prestige. Loved it. I'm not going to finish last though.